Once upon a time, a young boy named Jack lived with his mother in the English countryside. Jack and his mother had no money. They kept a cow which gave them milk, but as the cow grew older, it stopped producing milk.
No choice but to sell the cow for cash.
Finally, Jack agreed to sell the cow. They planned to use the money from the sale to buy food.
Jack, get the highest price you can,
said his mother. So Jack set out on foot leading the cow. But on his way, he met a strange old man. The strange old man spoke to him.
Jack, if you want to sell that cow, why not exchange it for my beans instead?
No, I have to sell it in exchange for money to buy food,
said Jack. But the strange old man replied,
but these beans of mine are no ordinary beans. Plant them in your garden and they will grow high, high, up into the sky.
Really? Fantastic! I will exchange my cow for them.
So Jack exchanged his cow for 5 beans. But when he returned home, his mother was furious.
You exchanged our precious cow for these beans? Beans like these aren't even good to eat. Ah!
Jack's mother was so angry, she threw the beans out of the window. That night, there was nothing to eat.
I am so hungry,
said Jack as he went to bed supperless. The next morning, Jack awoke to find something.
Amazing! What's that? In our garden? A tree? No, an enormous beanstalk. That old stranger was telling the truth. It grew so huge overnight. It stretches up into the sky, into the clouds, even higher. This is great. I'm going to go and see what's above the clouds.
So Jack began to climb the enormous beanstalk. He climbed up and up, higher and higher. Finally, he reached a realm above the clouds.
Fantastic! I'm here above the clouds. Hey, that's a mansion over there.
Jack was facing a mansion, a huge and imposing mansion made of stone. But who could possibly live there? At the huge front door stood a large woman.
Please, ma'am, could you give me something to eat?
Little boy, what are you doing here? This is the mansion of a fearsome child-eating giant. He just loves to make sandwiches out of little boys like you. If you don't run along quick, he'll eat you up.
When the terrified Jack tried to flee, he heard the earth-shaking thuds of the giant's heavy feet. It was time for the giant's breakfast. The giant began with 3 calves, which he gobbled up in one mouthful. Then he grabbed his magic hen, which laid golden eggs. The giant ate a whole basket full of fresh golden eggs.
What a mess! If I don't get out of here, I'll be eaten next,
said Jack as he tried to flee. But the large woman said,
After he eats breakfast, the giant always takes a nap. You can leave then.
Just as the large woman had predicted, the giant soon fell asleep and began snoring like a typhoon.
Perfect. Here we go.
Jack grabbed the magic hen. Carrying it under one arm, he ran for his life. But the hen sounded the alarm. That meant trouble. The noise woke the giant up.
I've got you now, you little brat. You're a tasty-looking morsel. I'll slap you between two slices of bread and chomp away.
Jack mustn't get caught. He ran for dear life. Jack was light and nimble. He slid down the beanstalk and reached home safely.
But mark my words, next time I'll gobble you up head first.
The giant was mortified. Back home, Jack showed his mother the hen.
This is a great treasure,
Said Jack's delighted mother. All they had to do was say, lay, and the hen laid a golden egg. They sewed the eggs and lived well. But Jack got it into his head to visit the giant's mansion once again and to bring back an even greater treasure.
It's scary, but I want to go see again.
The next morning, Jack again climbed the beanstalk, high, high above the clouds. Then he crept into the giant's mansion. Once again, there was the large woman.
My, the same little boy. What are you doing here again? If the giant catches you this time, he really will gobble you up head first.
Just then, once again, the giant's thundering footsteps shook the earth. Trembling with fear, Jack ran and hid behind the kitchen stove.
Time for my breakfast. Bring me my soup. The smell of a human child. There must be a child nearby.
Where is it? The giant had a fine sense of smell.
That's not possible. Just your fancy. I'm sure of it.
My fancy. Well, no matter. This morning I'll make do with 6 calves.
The giant made short work of the 6 calves. Then he called out to a strange-looking harp. When the giant cried, "Sing!" to the strange golden harp, she began to sing gloriously. In fact, she sang so beautifully, the giant began to feel drowsy and finally fell fast asleep. Once asleep, the giant began to snore loudly.
Now!
Dashing from his hiding place under the stove, Jack grabbed the magical golden harp and ran off with it. But as he neared the front gate, the harp screamed so loudly it woke the giant up.
So you've come back. Today I'll gulp you down with my soup.
The giant, his face scarlet with anger, gave chase. This child-eating giant was truly a monster. His one step was equal to a dozen of Jack's. In no time at all, he was catching up. Still, Jack reached the beanstalk and hurried down. But this time, the giant started climbing down too.
Stop, you brat! I'm going to eat you up!
Jack finally made it back home, the giant in hot pursuit. Jack's mother, frantic, fetched Jack an axe from the shed. Jack used the axe to chop down the beanstalk. The giant crashed out of the sky and into the earth.
Oh.
Jack and his mother exhibited the hen that laid the golden eggs and the strange and magical harp. And so they lived happily in their country home.